first met.
Mm-hmm.
You were standing right here with your trail map upside down.
And you almost ran me over with your mountain bike?
I think I knew then.
That?
You're not making this easy.
I never do.
Allison, will you marry me?
You're not making this easy.
Isn't it romantic, Tess? Another match made in heaven.
Well, God is not a matchmaker, baby. He's a matchkeeper. Kevin and Allison, that's your next assignment.
Both of them, together.
Well, together is exactly the point. Love brings people together, baby, but it doesn't always keep people together.
This ought to be easy. They're a perfect match.
That's what Kevin thinks. And that's what Allison is afraid of.
The easiest assignment I ever had. But there certainly is a lot of to-do before you get to I do. Picking the perfect flowers, picking the perfect menu, picking the perfect cappuccino.
Excuse me?
I threw in a cappuccino bar, no extra cost.
Well, everything is lovely. It's a job well done, baby. Except that monstrosity that's in my face all the time. Put that thing down right away. Can't help it, babe. Camera loves you. I put you on this assignment to help. Now, if you want to get back on casework, do not irritate the supervisor.
Let's see. Everything's checked off. Orchestra, food, ice sculpture, flowers, bridesmaids' dresses. But I can't help but feeling that there's something missing.
Well, probably is. Every wedding has glitches.
Humans have glitches. Angels don't. And whatever it is that you've forgotten, you better remember, angel girl. Because when an angel thinks something is missing, it's usually something big. And in your case, two people's happily ever after depend on it. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time I tell you I'll walk with you. Walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
This veil's gonna look great.
I think I'd be better off with a blindfold.
Oh, pre-wedding jitters, honey. Everybody gets them.
Oh my God. There was like a million people out there already. I mean, there's probably going to be a parking problem. And Cousin Marie wants to know if there's any lemon in the cake. She's allergic. Can you fix my bone?
Sure. There are 150 guests, and 2 guests per car. That's 75 vehicles, 86 parking spaces, and no, there's no lemon in the cake. Peggy, I probably should mention to you that it's the maid of honor's job to attend to the bride's gown during the ceremony.
No problem. I'll just go get some paper towels.
Remember, you're marrying Kevin and not his sister.
What's this?
I wore these pearls at my wedding. I don't know how you'd feel about wearing them. I just wanted to give you the option.
These were yours?
Your father gave them to me.
Maybe not.
That's okay.
Here, let me do that. Really, I'm used to it.
Thanks. Is there anything else you can think of that I might have forgotten?
Nope. Allison, you?
You've done a great job, Monica. I've got to admit, I wasn't a big fan of the wedding coordinator idea, but you guys haven't missed a thing.
If Kevin's parents ask me about it, I'm not going to lie.
They won't ask.
Did you know about these before you agreed to marry into this family?
They're a gift from Kevin's Aunt Augusta.
Oh, no. Not Augusta Abernathy. The Augusta Abernathy?
Hello, come on in. Hello, Harriet. Oh, my folks are really excited to meet you.
Thank you.
Oh, you look great, both of you.
You must be Harriet.
Diana, what a pleasure.
Welcome.
You did tell them my father is dead. Because if anybody mentions my father, she'll absolutely freak.
Oh, they know. Relax.
To the happy couple, and a hearty welcome to our new family. May this be the first of many, many happy occasions we all celebrate together.
Oops.
Oh, good. Here they are.
Here, who are?
Well, Kevin, this is your first present from Mom and me. Now, Allison, I know that you wanted to have a simple little wedding, but however, sometimes even a simple little affair can get complicated.
Here they are. Your wedding coordinators.
Oh, no, what have you done?
Team matrimony?
The hats were her idea.
So, basically then, we're all in agreement that Tess and Andrew and myself will take the plans of Kevin and Allison and the Abernathy's plans and, of course, Harriet's plans and somehow coordinate them all into a beautiful, smallish feeling, but elegant, intimate extravaganza. Any questions? Yes.
What am I gonna wear? Because I am the maid of honor, you know.
Well, I have these swatches. Let's see what we can find in a stain-resistant fabric.
There's just one more thing. Location.
Well, we were thinking about that little chapel up in the hills.
That is definitely a way to go. Of course, there is l'amour.
Oh, no, not Villa L'Amour.
We couldn't say no, darling. She is your only aunt.
Aunt Augusta.
She's got this place, a very big place she bought with all that money from her romance novels. It's very romantic.
L'amour, l'amour, toujours l'amour. Love is in the air, ladies. Oh, there is nothing like a wedding. Suddenly everything has wings. Peggy, dear, tummy in, shoulders back. Oh, there's a love. I know you. Marie, isn't it?
Monica.
Oh, of course it is Monica. One of my favorite names and one of my favorite heroines, Monica de Maupassant. I killed her off in Love's Paradise. Strangled by Francisco. No, poisoned by Antonia. Well, whatever. Welcome to Montville-les-Morts. Allison, may the bonds of wedlock forged in my home be forever unbroken in yours. Oh, my dearest Allison, what a vision you are in that.
It was my grandmother's.
And I was married in it, too.
Ah, well, there you go. Where would we be without tradition?
Pardon me, if everything is under control here and It so obviously is. I'll just go and double check the guest list.
Oh, well, you haven't forgotten anyone, have you?
Can't imagine who that could be.
Oh, good. Now, let me see. What did I come up here for? Oh, Alison, darling. Max, my groundskeeper, the tall, thinnish fellow, ran over to your Kevin's house, which I suppose is really yours now, to pick up his suspenders. Personally, I prefer a good vest, but there's another story. Anyway, good old reliable Max decided to bring the mail along, too. There's nothing here, really, just solicitations, a late invitation or two, and... Oh, clumsy me. It's blue. What is it? Looks like some tax business. Something from the city. We'll save this till après la honeymoon. N'est-ce pas? And Peggy, a fashion magazine, darling. Look and learn.
You know, we haven't sufficiently thanked you for your generous hospitality, Augusta.
Oh, anything for love.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew what it was that I'm forgetting.
T-minus 10 minutes. I'm counting. I am getting some great stuff here.
I can't believe how many people turned up who didn't RSVP. Is that not considered rude?
I'll tell you what's considered rude. What did I tell you about that thing? I better set up another table for 20.
Monica, oh, I've been looking for you everywhere.
What did I forget? The boutonnieres? The place cards?
No, it's not you. The minister told me Allison hasn't given him her vows yet.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it. You know, I think it's lovely that you two decided to write your own vows. Vows. Groom, check. Bride, to come.
Thanks.
So you still can't remember what it is, huh?
No. And I'm not supposed to forget anything. I am an angel. The wedding party is lining up, and the minister needs your vows.
I just don't know what to say in these vows. I mean, I love you forever. Nothing lasts forever. How do I make a promise like that when I don't believe it myself?
There are no guarantees when a couple decides to get married, Alison. It's a leap of faith.
Faith in what? My mother had faith in my father. Look what happened.
What did happen?
My father left my mother. He left me. He ran away with his secretary. How pedestrian can you get?
Have you forgiven your father?
I told you. My father is dead.
But you're still very much alive, and so is your anger. How can you write vows of love with so much hate still lingering in your heart?
Hi. Could you come downstairs with me, please, Monica? Guess who's coming to the wedding?
Hello, may I help you?
Hi, I'm Stan Miller. I'm Allison's father.
Allison? I thought you said your father was dead.
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, he's been dead for years.
I better let the minister know there's going to be a short delay.
My God, look at you. Look how you've grown up.
What are you doing here?
I got an invitation. I thought you wanted me here. I thought maybe you might even want me to give you away.
Why? Why would I send you an invitation?
When you walked out on this family, you gave me away.
Honey, shouldn't we be going down? Everybody's already seated. Oh my God, Stan.
Hello, Harriet.
Please leave. You are not welcome here.
Listen to me. This is my daughter's wedding day, and I would very much like to walk her down the aisle.
I'm walking her down the aisle.
You've already made a joke out of one wedding in this family. Isn't that enough? Either you leave, or I will.
Excuse me.
Apparently he did get an invitation, but he's not on any of my lists, and he's not on the RSVPs.
Well, you've got your to-do list, and I've got mine.
Tess, you didn't. Oh, Tess. You have just ruined my wedding. This father was not part of the plan.
Your wedding, Miss Wings. And for your information, he is a part of the plan. So you can stop worrying about your wedding and get your little angel butt back into the fray. Allison cannot start a new life until she finishes the old one. Now I'll handle things down here. I'll break open the champagne or something. Andrew, follow me.
Hi, Miss
Monica, I'm the wedding coordinator.
Monica. I'm sorry about all this. I really thought my daughter wanted me here. You know, I mean, what father doesn't want to come to his little girl's wedding?
Of course, I'm sure that every father wants that.
Harriet and I had a bitter divorce, and Allison was a terrible casualty of that. But I'm here now, and I'm just trying to do the right thing, you know? And I guess it was too much to expect her to forgive me. I never should have come, and whoever invited me made a big mistake.
Maybe not. As a matter of fact, whoever it was knew exactly what they were doing, I imagine. Please stay, Mr. Miller. Somebody obviously thinks that you should, and maybe you should find out why.
Scoundrels, all of them. But don't cry, darling. It could be worse. I mean, Scarlett Pomerantz in Fly the Wild Rose was not only surprised by her dead father at the wedding, but he also turned out to be the Earl of something, who was the very blackguard who sold her cousin into slavery after the duel. Good heavens, what a corker. Oh, Kevin. Now you've seen her. We all know what that means, but we must press on. What did you do? Climb up that balcony? There's hope for you yet. I'll be downstairs if you need me, darlings.
Why did you tell me your father was dead?
Because he is to me.
I thought we had the kind of relationship where we shared everything.
Relationships like that only exist in your aunt's books.
What is happening to you? I mean, we're getting married in a few minutes. Aren't we?
Now, this is the most exciting wedding that I've ever been to. I mean, Allison, your father is very good Uh-oh. I'll just...
Allison, I know your father must have hurt you very much. But I won't. I promise.
I know. I know.
Dear, thank you. My dear
People are starting to talk. You are the wedding coordinator. For heaven's sakes, please coordinate something.
There are a lot of people waiting. I think we should get the show on the road, don't you?
We are not talking about a trained poodle act here. We're talking about people's lives. And it's time that we stop worrying about the show and got to the substance. Now, don't worry. We're professionals. We can handle this sort of thing. I'll think of something.
The day he moved out, I was standing on the sidewalk watching him put all his things in his car. And I was just confused. I kept watching so many things I loved being stuffed into the trunk of that car. Somehow, even then, I knew that I would never see them again. My father's books, my father's fishing poles, my father's briefcase, my father. And just before he got in his car, he knelt down on the grass and he handed me a letter. And he promised that he would write to me every week. I never got another letter. Not one, Kevin. He made a vow, and he broke it.
Excuse me. I just spoke with your father, Allison, and he asked me to tell you how sorry he is.
What he really wants is for me to let him have his big fatherly moment in the spotlight.
Sometimes the act of forgiving is not something you do for the other person, but something you do for yourself.
She's right, Allie. You have to let it go. Not for him, for yourself, for us. Sometimes promises get broken. Why don't you just forgive him?
I'll ask the minister to give us a few more minutes. Again.
Can't you just compromise on this one? Can't we just put this all aside for now and just get married?
I can't. I have done nothing but compromise on this whole wedding. Now you tell me to just take the pain and put it aside? That's the Abernathy way, isn't it? The show must go on.
Are you saying you can't go through with our wedding because you can't forgive your father? What if I told you I can't go through with our wedding because I can't forgive you for lying to me about your father?
Those two things are not the same.
No, they are. It's about trust. Trusting the person you love. I love you, Allie. I believe in you. And do you trust me or don't you trust me?
I'm scared, Kevin. I'm scared that maybe I can't.
If I can only promise you one thing, it's unconditional love. If I can only give you one thing, it's unwavering trust. If I can only share one thing with you, it's all my days on earth. Those are my vows to you.
I haven't written mine yet.
If you're having such a hard time coming up with your wedding vows, maybe all this isn't about your father at all. Maybe this is really about how you feel about me.
That's just what my father would do. Twist things around so he's the victim.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Down by the old, not the new the river, but the stream. Not the second, but the first.
So, you ready?
The wedding is off.
It was there, not here, but there. It was there I knew that you love, not hate me. Not one, but two. You were 60. Not 60.
Well, as we all know, the reception usually follows the ceremony, but today things have been just so topsy-turvy. And the important thing is the caviar is cold, love is in the air, and who knows, we may even still have a wedding. Kevin, Allison, darling, I just know you are watching this on your 25th anniversary, laughing and drinking champagne out of those crystal monkey goblets I gave you. Oh dear, I've let the cat out of the bag. Well, l'amour, l'amour, l'amour.
This is going to work out, right? I mean, there is going to be a wedding.
It depends. Do you remember what you forgot?
No.
I'll give you a hint. Ask the answer.
Ask the answer?
I've known her all these years and she pulls this?
Kevin, honey, you've mentioned that she's had a problem committing in the past. Maybe if you just went and spoke directly to her.
I did, Mom. I read her my vows and she just sat there blinking at me like I was reading her the phone book or something. I was looking at this woman I was about to marry and I didn't even recognize her.
Look, son, it's just a case of cold feet. These things happen all the time.
All the time? When? Whose wedding have you seen where the bride just can't seem to make it down the aisle with the man she supposedly loves?
Kevin, your father and I had an argument on our wedding day. Didn't we, Mark? Tell him.
We had a real doozy. Your mother and I have had our ups and downs. It's healthy in a marriage. Keeps the spark alive.
We've had our sparks.
If you really have your doubts, you don't have to go through with this. Whatever decision you make, your mother and I are behind you all the way.
Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems to me when a wedding's been called off, the place for the mother of the bride is with the bride.
I just saw her father go in to talk to her, and I have nothing to say to him.
For several months, I've been watching you and your daughter, Mrs. Miller. And there's no question in my mind that you love this child with all your heart. Now, it's up to her whether or not she walks down that aisle. But we both know it's not going to happen as long as she keeps walking down the wrong path. The one you put her on. The one that fed her anger instead of her love. Tell your baby the truth, Harriet.
I've gotten used to not having you around, you know.
Allison.
It wasn't easy. It took time, but I did it. I hardly think of you at all anymore. Of course, the fact that we never heard from you again made it easy, so I suppose that I should thank you.
Oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean you never heard from me?
He wrote to you, Allison. Every birthday, every holiday. But I threw them away.
What gave you the right to do such a thing?
I don't understand.
I was all alone. I was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Afraid that you couldn't love both of us, that you'd have to choose one or the other, and it wouldn't be me. And I wanted to hurt you, Stan. Oh, God, I wanted to hurt you as much as you hurt me. So when that first letter came, I tore it up, and I kept on tearing them up. I thought that you'd stop writing after a while, but the letters kept coming. And after the first year or so, tearing them up didn't feel so good anymore. But by that time, I didn't know what else to do. If I'd let the letters through, you'd have found out what I had done. I didn't want you to hate me.
I had no idea I hurt you so badly, Harriet. No idea.
It takes two people to ruin a marriage, Stan. You made your mistakes, but I made mine too, and I was wrong.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Allison, sometimes, even when people love each other very much, they can do strange and terrible things to hurt each other.
You never loved each other. You said you did, but you didn't.
Allison? Allison, your mother and I, we loved each other once very much, and it was a good, strong love.
Kevin, I know you're angry. I just talked to both my parents and I think they're insane.
You just figuring this out?
I hope you don't think this is about you. I love you and I'm sorry that I'm putting you through all of this. I'm so confused. I used to think that my dad was the villain in my life. But my dad did right to me. My mom tossed the letters. Can you believe that?
Knowing that he wrote must make you feel better. He kept his promise, Allie.
Yeah. But my mom broke hers.
Obviously, they both did what they did out of love for you.
Well, if that's love.
Oh, come on, Allison. Even when you know people love you and care about you and they've proven that you can trust them, you won't. It's time, Allie. It's time to trust again.
I want to.
Then do it. Are you gonna marry me? Are you gonna trust me? What's it gonna be?
I guess this is it.
You look so beautiful.
I'm not sure I'll ever be ready to give you away, you know.
Your dress is something old.
Your ring,
Something new. Your earrings are borrowed from me. Wait a minute, you forgot something blue.
Peggy.
I can run and get you something.
No, thanks. We've already broken every other superstition today. I don't think something blue will make any difference now.
Actually, I'm not big on superstition myself.
There she is.
Something blue. I wonder if that's what I've forgotten. You know, I just can't think what it is that I'm forgetting.
God only knows now.
God only knows. Ask the answer. Oh, Tess.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God and these witnesses in order to bring together this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
That's what I'm forgetting, isn't it? I forgot to invite you. How can two people be married in the sight of God if they haven't even asked him to the wedding? I'm sorry. I guess sometimes, you know, I just take you for granted. All this work, all the lists, what's it all for without you right in the middle? So, Lord, please, bless this day. Bless the couple downstairs, bless their love and the years ahead. And if there's anything else that I've forgotten, something blue.
Into this union, Kevin Abernathy and Allison Miller come now to be joined. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Marriage is an honorable estate instituted by God, not to be entered into unadvisedly, but reverently.
Do you know what's in here?
No, I only know it's going to change everything.
Therefore, if any man can show just cause why these two should not be legally joined, let him speak now, or hereafter hold his peace.
I'm afraid that I do. I'm so sorry, but I think this might make a difference.
My God, the letter from the gas company.
No, it's from City Hall, and it's not a bill. It's personal. I'm sorry I opened it, but it's important. It's very important.
Important enough to stop a wedding ceremony?
Yes, sir, I believe that it is.
Allie, whatever it is.
Forget it, Kevin. I give up. This is some kind of sign or something. This wedding was never meant to be. I'm sorry.
Allison! Allison!
Don't go anywhere.
Allison.
Everything's all right.
Allison! Allison, wait!
Allison.
Please, please.
Forgive me for being crass, but do you have any idea how much this wedding is costing us?
Do you have any idea what my daughter's going through?
Do you?
I beg your pardon.
Please. Monica, just tell us who that letter is from so we can get on with the ceremony.
It's confidential.
That's it. I have had enough of this.
Okay, everyone quiet. Please.
Allison, if that envelope was important enough to stop our wedding, we have to see what it says.
Yes, but wouldn't it be better?
It doesn't matter, Kevin. It's obvious this wedding was never supposed to happen.
Tell me what to do. I mean, tell me what to say. Tell me what you want, and if I can give it to you, I will.
I want proof. I want a guarantee. I want to know that we aren't going to break up like my parents did. I want what you can't give me. I want what my father never gave my mother.
Never, huh?
Allison, your father and I loved each other very much. You were just too young to remember.
This is what we were trying to tell you earlier,
You
but
think telling me now that you loved each other once is going to help me today? It only proves my point. Love dies. I've got to get out of here.
Allison, stop.
Kevin! Please. Please stop chasing her. Haven't you had enough of this girl's histrionics?
Look, I'm terribly sorry that her parents had a messy divorce, but son, do you really want to carry this baggage around with you for the rest of your life?
If it will help her, yes. Allison! Allison!
Have you got the letter?
Yes. I guess it's time, huh?
Let's go, baby.
Allison, wait!
No lectures, please.
I was thinking more along the lines of a hug.
I love you. I love you so much. And it's not that I'm afraid to marry you.
You're afraid of how much you want to. Allison, you love Kevin so much it frightens you. And you want so much happiness with him, you're afraid to even hope for it. But you mustn't be afraid to ask for what's good and right. You just have to know where to go to ask for it.
We're angels, Kevin.
Sent by God. I know it's probably hard for you to imagine, but you've had angels watching over you ever since the day you got engaged right here.
Angels, why?
Because marriage is so important. Not everyone knows just how important it is, but a happy marriage is a gift from God.
If God cares so much about marriage, how come he didn't keep my parents together?
Because they didn't ask him to. You know, today, when I said I thought I'd forgotten something, well, I had. And I'm ashamed to say that I'd forgotten the same thing you had.
What?
No one invited God. And he wanted to come. Honest. If you would have asked him, he'd be here. But everybody got wrapped up in wedding cakes and flowers.
Anybody can have a wedding, but it takes so much more to have a marriage. And that's what God wants you to have. And that is what you're going to need.
Allison, you're afraid. You're afraid that if you give your heart and your love to Kevin, that you'll be hurt. And you will. Both of you will. There will be problems, there will be pain, there will be anger, but there will be joy. Such joy.
Your marriage can only fail if you decide that you have to carry it on by yourselves.
God loves you, Allison and Kevin. And he knows that you're here. He knows your past and he knows your future. And if you want him to, you can invite him to your marriage. We can't make that decision for you. But I stopped the wedding this afternoon because this letter came from City Hall notifying you that your blood tests, well, someone noticed an irregularity and they rechecked the results. One of you has leukemia. It's life-threatening and very, very serious. Now, I don't know why you didn't know about this before today, but I do know that God's timing is always perfect. And if you had any question about getting married, or any question about your love for each other, he knew that this would help you answer that. Here, now.
Please, God, let it be me.
No, let it be me.
Allison, if it is you.
If it is me, I can't let you marry me now. It wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be fair not to. I love you. Till death do us part. Whoever that is. Whenever that is.
I'll be there for you always. I promise.
And I'll never leave you. No matter what. So help me, God.
I will trust you with my life and my love. Forever. So help me, God.
Will you take this woman, Allison Miller, to be your wife? To have and to hold, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do you part?
I will.
Allison, Will you take this man, Kevin Abernathy, to be your husband? To have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health till death do you part?
I will.